Hello, everyone. This is Izzy Gets Busy, and I'm here to do a video on how to score Amazon warehouse deals. So I just want to show you some of my finds that I've gotten from there, and one of which is this awesome shoe. And I am sure a lot of you have seen it before. I don't know the name of it actually. I think it just the name escapes me, but I'm sure many of you have seen it. It's a bad shoe basically, and I got the open-toed version of it. I think it's the Larissa pump actually with the spikes. And literally when okay, so I'm gonna tell you the price. So this retails for, depending on what color you get, easily over $200. I got this for 50 bucks via the Amazon warehouse, and the reason that they gave the reason why it was reduced so low is because literally one of these bad boys was off. So when I got the package in the mail, one of these little stud things was in a little plastic bag. It had fallen off, so they knocked off like $150 off the shoe just for that one thing. And so what I did was take my Gorilla Glue and just glued that bad boy back on, and it hasn't budged. So as you can see, the shoe looks marvelous. And this is only one shoe. I'm going to show you only one shoe, mainly because I can't find any other match in my closet. My closet's a mess. I need to organize it eventually, but that's the shoe. 50 bucks, okay? So I'm going to show you all the shoes, and then I'm going to explain how to score the deal via Amazon, or how to go through the search process to find the shoe that you want. Okay, so that shoe I just showed you was Sam Edelman. And this is another Sam Edelman, and this is, I don't know the names of these shoes, but if you want to know the name, I can track it down for you. So this is basically a booty, has a little scrunch top to it. The retail on this was, I think, $160. It's genuine suede. You can't really tell, but it's brown. It's like a dark brown, very rich brown color. $45. And this one is Dolce Vita, killer shoe, platform. Okay, it's about, I'd say 4-inch, maybe 5-inch heel here. Very nice detail here. 100% suede. I think the retail on this was over $100. I want to say it was like $140 something. $35 is what I paid for it. And I think this one had like a scuff on the bottom. They said it had a scuff, and I don't know if you can see a scuff, but I barely can't. So for $35, I'll take it. So the last shoe that I'm going to show you that I've gotten from the warehouse is this Steve Madden boot. Let me see if I can back up a little. So it's basically a high boot, 100% leather, with ruching here in the back. And I have wide calves, and this is like, it's not extended width or anything, extended calves or anything, but I find that this fits me fine, so around the calf area. I can't tell you what the circumference is. It's their Candace boot, I believe. Rounded toe, a little bit of a heel, and I've worn it twice already. I spent 50 bucks for it. The retail price was, I think it was $150. I could be wrong though, but I'll go back and check. But if anyone wants to know the names of these actual shoes, I will go back and check. So that's basically it. So I'm going to explain how to actually find the shoe. And I'll try to run through this as quickly as possible. If you have any questions about what I'm doing and how I got to a particular page, please let me know. But hopefully the screen recording tool that I'm using right now is helpful. So we're on Amazon Warehouse, and I'm going to have the link, the quick link for it below this post. I accessed it via Google, but you can also access it via the Amazon.com page. And I won't do that right now, but it is accessible on the Amazon.com page. It's not something that is, splashed on their main page. I think they deliberately kind of minimize Amazon warehouse deals because they would rather people buy, the full price for an item instead of getting it at such a reduced cost. So This is it. An Amazon warehouse is basically a place where you can find goods at drastically reduced prices. And these goods are not in perfect condition. If you're getting shoes, the shoes could be, scratched on the sole. Someone tried it on and got a scuff on the bottom. They could have some type of mark on the shoe or some type of defect with the shoe. When you're making the purchase, there is a description of what that defect is, and I'll show you that screen that pops up and where to look for that text. But as you can see, you can get all bunch of things here. They call open box items because basically, literally, what happens, particularly with electronics, is that when you make it a purchase via Amazon.com, say for example it's a TV, and you as the consumer open the box that the TV comes in, you might find out, oh, I don't want this TV, I want a better model, but you've already taken the TV out and maybe even set it up. Amazon can't then sell that item as a new item. It has to offer it on this site. So that's what frequently happens. A lot of electronics featured here, it's not like they're broken or anything. It's that, somebody tested it out, didn't like it, and just returned it. So what we're interested in, though, we're interested in shoes. So let's click on the shoes button. Open box shoes now available. And we're going to get shoes, women's, men's, girls, boys. For the purpose of this example, the example I'm going to use, we're going to click on women's. And my computer's a little slow, so I'm just warning you ahead of time. So we click on the women's shoes, and we get 5,351 results. That's a whole bunch of results. We want to whittle this down a little more. And what I typically do is you can see you can whittle it down by clicking any of these categories and by clicking shoe shape, and further down it has brand and how much you're willing to spend, so on and so forth. The easiest thing is just to click on your size. So for a fact you're a size 10. I'm a size 10 rather. I'm going to click on that, and it whittled it down even further to 605. Now this is more manageable. I still don't think I want to sift through all those pages though, nonetheless. So what I'll probably do now is try to whittle down by brand. So Amazon Warehouse, the shoe section, at least, is very user-friendly in terms of allowing you to select multiple brands. So for example, you can select one brand and it gives you a result for that one brand, like Steve Madden. You can click on Steve Madden and it will yield you results for Steve Madden. It will yield you results for women's shoes in a size 10. But it will give you pumps, boots, flats, all of that stuff. If you know for a fact, okay, I only want Steve Madden pumps, then you would scroll back up, select pumps, then scroll back down and select brand. Actually, I think you could probably do both at once, so you're not, yeah, you could probably do both at once. What's cool about this is that you can also select multiple brands. So say if you want Steve Madden, so it's showing me 10 results for Steve Madden, and say, not only do I like Steve Madden, I also want, sorry, this is loading still. I'm very impatient. So say you not only like Steve Madden, but you want another brand with that as well. And I'm just going to pick something random that we're going to get a lot of stuff. Let me see. Guess. So it's showing you 12 results. So it's showing you Steve Madden and Guess. It's showing you boots, flats, pumps. If you wanted particularly pumps, like I said, you can go over here and select pumps. And that's essentially it. That's an Amazon warehouse in a nutshell. What I tend to do is, if you don't see a particular shoe that you like in the results, what I tend to do is favorite the page just so I have it in my favorites bar, so I can go back a week or two later and see if more stock was added, because Amazon warehouse is constantly replenishing their stock. So you may see 4 results now and come back 2 weeks from now and see 8 or even more. So what I tend to do, so I don't go through that whole process of selecting shoes and women's 10 and, the brand, you don't want to keep doing that each time you come to Amazon warehouse. You just favorite the page by clicking the star button, or I don't know, whatever internet browser you have, and then saving that, and you'll always have it. And you can always alter it by changing the brands, adding more brands, whatever have you. And you see there's other attributes here, but you can sort by price, discount level. It's already selecting warehouse deals. We don't want to change the seller because, we want it to be warehouse deals. So don't touch that one. So back to what I was saying about the text. So we see here, Amazon warehouse deals, it's always going to say used. You're not going to see anything else. So this particular pump, it's the Valley Platform pump. It says one used from 2602. So let's click on that. This is down here. You're going to see that this is the place where it tells you what is wrong with the shoe. And I find that it's deliberately vague, but it kind of gives you a sense of what you can expect when you receive the shoe. So it says, item shows gentle signs of use consistent with being worn 1 or 2 times. Item has minor scuffs or defects on the top surface. If you can live with that, then go ahead and purchase the shoe. Just to give you my experience, I've made 5 purchases on Amazon Warehouse. I've been satisfied with them all. I feel like their description of the shoe has been accurate. I've never gotten a shoe that they've described as having, a couple of scuffs and it'd be worse than that. I have my favorite pair of red patent pumps from them, the Corso Comos, which I spent $40 for, which retail for about $200 on the Amazon.com site. I have my Larissa Sam Edelman Larissa pumps with the spikes on the back, and I spent $50 for them, and they retail for $245. And that's basically it. I mean, if you can live with what they're describing, then I would make the purchase for the shoe, of the shoe, rather. Another thing that is important to note is Amazon.com works on the pricing works basically on a supply and demand type schedule, so to speak, for lack of a better word. So the shoe right now is $26.02. You can play this game of, rolling the dice a little bit, which I've done before, and put it in your cart and wait for the price to either go down. That's what you ideally want, is for it to go down. It's a little bit risky for a couple of reasons. Number one, the shoe is already $26.02. Say if you found another shoe that retails for $300, you found it for $100, and say you put it in your cart and you're waiting to see if it'll go down. If a lot of people buy that shoe on the main site, the price is going to go up. Okay? So just keep that in mind. So that's one thing that could happen. The other thing that could happen is somebody else see the shoe, and there's usually only one of this type, one used shoe. There's not multiple of these for $26.02. We're probably looking at the only shoe that they have for that price. So you also run the risk of somebody buying that shoe outright. So I'd be very cautious about wanting to wait to see if the price goes down. If you really, really want the shoe and you've been waiting for the shoe, you've been coveting after the shoe, just buy the shoe. Amazon.com, Amazon Warehouse, and Amazon.com has a really generous return policy where you can, if you're not satisfied with anything, you can always return it. So just keep that in mind. I think that's it. If you have any questions about my walkthrough, please feel free to ask the question in the comment box, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope this was clear. Again, I apologize for the delay. I strongly recommend to all my friends who are shoe fanatics to go through Amazon Warehouse. And I have made a couple of recommendations to my friends, and they've been quite satisfied. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching my video, and look out for more things on IzzyGetsBusy.com.